We were in the middle of the chaos. This man that had been attacking Amber had been given first aid in the research station. He was really badly hurt by Amber. She had cut him with a machete under his ribs. And Simon were doing everything to save his life with the first aid bag they had found in the research station. At the same time, Wendy started hearing the crying of the woman again. When she looked backwards in the research station, she could see a woman, a blonde 50s woman, reaching out her hand for Wendy to take it. And Wendy, she took it. She felt the soft, cold hand of the woman, and then everything just fell into darkness. Wendy, suddenly you aren't in the research station anymore. You can see the surroundings in a big dark cave, dimly lit by torches, and you can hear the chanting on a native language. You're inside a wooden cage. A man is screaming in anguish and pain. And further away in the cave you can see a big statue of a naked man with a boar head. On an altar under the statue, a priest with some kind of boar fell on him, with his face painted like a skeleton. He's cutting into Professor Chainsworth's body with a crooked knife. He's skinning him slowly as the professor is crying and screaming for mercy. Beside you, in another cage, you can see Bolton's unconscious body laying. You are in the temple. There are like hundreds of natives that are looking at the torture. You feel so alone and so scared.
Yes, I am filled with a sort of primal terror, and yet also a sense of awe. There's something about it all that just seems so overpowering, so much bigger than me. But I don't want to be on the slab. No, I don't. Not me. No. I turn to the cage. I start looking around. Am I alone in the cage? Like the other man's unconscious and it's just me in this cage and an unconscious man? Is that right?
Bolton is in another cage, hanging some meters beside you. There are like dozens of cages hanging here. You're totally alone.
Can I get Bolton's attention?
You have an arrow sticking out of his back, and his eyes are like half open, just totally blacked out. But he's still breathing. You can see the big chest of his is moving up and down, almost rhythmically. You can also hear the professor's voice as he screams for God to save him, for God to take the pain away. But in this cave no one listens, no god seems to listen on the professor.
I look down at myself. Am I myself?
You're slimmer. The clothes you have on you are the green expedition clothes. Almost like the one you borrowed today. But you can see that your nails are red. And they are longer, nicer. The fingers of a younger woman.
I feel strange. Not sure what to do. I kind of feel like rattling on the cage, but that won't do anything. That'll be useless. No, I need to think. Do I have anything on me other than clothing? I start looking through my pockets, through the sleeves, anything at all.
Yeah, you find a etui with a couple of cigarettes and a lighter.
I think to myself that I don't exactly see anything flammable around here. Hardly going to be useful. I suppose I just watch. Is there something I'm supposed to learn? Maybe. I watch very intently the ceremony. I watch as his skin is peeled off his bone. I should be repulsed, and I am, but I'm also fascinated.
Yeah, it takes some hours for the professor to die. Eventually, the totally skinless body is taken down from the altar, and they cut out his heart and take a bite of it. The natives are screaming in frenzy when this is done. And then the body is taken away, hanged up on a pole between another body, another man, probably Alderton, that was taken some days ago. You can see one of the priests points at you and how a group of soldiers are going nearer your cage with their clubs and axes. They are coming for you.
I don't... Wait. I'm filled with terror, but part of me feels like I should know this isn't me. It's her. She died. Clearly. No. Let it happen. For now. Wait. I'm thinking this all in myself as I assume they come to the cage and get ready to take me out.
They open it and they drag you out of the cage. You're not as strong as you used to be. You can feel that your fight is meaningless. The men just picks you up and they are holding you over their heads while they are walking with you towards the altar, where they start ripping your clothes off, your lingerie. And then they bind your hands and feet and they start stringing you up on a pole over the altar. You're totally alone and helpless. The priests are looking at you with a hunger in their eyes. And one of them, a woman, she starts taking out her big knife. Feels touching your skin, almost sensitive. almost like she cares about you before the knife starts cutting into your skin. The pain is so worse that you feel yourself puking. You can't scream. The pain is so intense. And you know, the torture have just started. There's a long, long wait before you are going to die. Simon and Amber, you can see how the man laying on the table in his own blood starts open his eyes. You have given him a sedative, and you have stopped the bleeding. Also given him a shot of adrenaline. He's opened his eyes and he looks at you a little bit afraid and also shocked. With an accent that reminds you of a German accent. He asks, "Who are you?"
Who are you? What the fuck did you attack us?
Amber, please. Maybe we shouldn't. He's probably confused. Okay.
I've been pacing back and forth while Simon has been wrapping him up and taking care of him, and obviously feeling guilty, coming with intermittent sort of outbursts of what the fuck was he doing? Why the fuck did he do that and this? And now that he's coming to, I'm standing there crossing my arms, looking at him suspiciously, not sure how to react about this. Well, you saw, I mean, you weren't there, you didn't see, he came rushing at me, I didn't know what to do, I had a machete, what, you know.
Yeah, it's okay, Amber, but we were both on the plane that crashed. I turned towards him and tried to speak calmly.
Yeah.
You were the pilot?
Yes. I'm the pilot of the airplane, but were you on the plane?
Yes, both me and Amber, and I look around. Wendy, is she still in the room?
Wendy is just standing some meters behind you, staring out in the air.
Yeah, and Wendy over there. We all managed to find a raft and well, yeah, we ended up here.
The man is blonde, in his 40s. He's kind of good looking but dirty, and his pilot uniform is ripped. His eyes are really desperate, and he starts looking at you even more confused. But so you aren't one of them?
Do you mean the small people?
No. The other ones.
What, the ones that lived in this cabin? Or what? What are you talking about? We've only met like these small guys, and then aside from that, we just seen dead bodies.
No. I mean the ones that lured us up in their boat and took us into the cave. The fishermen. Or...
Oh shit, the boats. There were some boats that came that were searching with lights. Were you, did they take you or what?
Yeah, they took me and a lot of other people. They said they were going to help us, but then they trapped us in these wooden cages. Started doing those horrible things. Those so horrible things that it's really hard to even think about them.
Some fishermen?
Yeah, I don't know if they really were fishermen.
Are they living here on this island as well?
Yeah, up on the mountain. They have some kind of camp up there.
Was that like a modern boat that they picked you up with?
Yeah, fishing boat, I think.
Huh. So there's more people like, more like us that have sort of taken to this place somehow.
Yes. I was trapped with 2 others.
That is so fucked up. And here I was hoping that there would be... That would have been some sort of, I don't know, rescue thing.
No, I fled. The big one, the jailer, the South African, he opened my cage to take out the girl, Jennifer, and then I saw my chance to run. I ran so fast I ever could, but they shot me.
What? They had... Jennifer was there?
Yeah. A girl named Jennifer. Blonde girl. Yeah, American.
What did they do to her?
I don't know. I didn't see what happened after that. I just ran through the camp and out in the mountain. They started hunting me. There were men with knives, men with rifles. They tried to kill me, or at least stop me.
Why? Why are they doing this? What are they trying to do? Is it something to do with the small people? Did you meet the small people as well? Were they there too?
No small people, just those men. And then you, I thought you were one of them.
That's why you attacked, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just saw you there with a big knife in your hand and I thought you were after me.
Amber?
Yeah.
This Jennifer, is that your friend?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when the plane crashed, I didn't see her on the plane. I was hoping so badly that she was just gonna be alive, but...
Listen,
oh
if
my
she's
God,
still...
it's even worse.
If she's still alive, we'll save her, okay?
Actually, she mentioned someone. She asked me if I had seen Amber. She was looking for you, I think. She hoped... I don't know, we didn't hope anyone was there with us, but...
And I crossed my arms again and I just closed my eyes.
I walk over to Amber and I put my hands on her shoulders.
So, how did you come here? Where are we?
I let myself be comforted a bit by Simon and... I don't know. We were able to get onto some sort of lifeboat. We drifted away from the rest of the craft and then... I don't know, we made it to land. We met a small person who showed us other small people that were sort of looking around with bows and arrows and stuff. But he took us away from them. Then we lost him, and then we found this place, which seemed to be some sort of, I don't know, research station, like really old shit.
Yeah. What is wrong with your friend? He points at Wendy and you can see that something is really, really wrong with Wendy. She's like, her eyes are staring right in front of her at nothing. Tears are falling from her eyes and she's smiling, really, really creepy smiling and peeing herself at the same time.
What the fuck, Wendy? You're freaking me out.
She's not reacting at all.
Wendy?
Wendy?
I, back up against the wall.
I walk over to Wendy and try to turn her around to face in the inside, instead of just staring into the wall, or just try to turn her over.
Yeah. She's like totally frozen. It's like she's not responding to you at all.
I start shaking her a bit, grabbing a hold of her shoulder and...
You
Wendy!
When you touch her body, you can feel that all her muscles are cramped.
Oh my god, she's having some kind of seizure, I think.
Well, do something. I mean, I don't know. I just put my hands over my mouth. Oh my god.
I'm a tech guy, I'm not a med guy. I slap her.
Yeah. You slap her first one time, and she don't react at all. And then another time. Harder, I guess.
Yeah.
You slap her hard. You can almost feel your own hand hurting, and you can see how Wendy's face is kind of slapped, and she's starting to react. You can see the marks of your hand on her cheeks.
Oh my
Wendy,
god, I'm so sorry, Wendy.
you can lower your stability 2 steps. You have been there for hours.
I'm so sorry, Wendy. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to slap you. It's just you were kind of, creeping us out here. Wendy, are you okay? You were
blink a few times, and I grab you by your shirt or your clothing, and I just scream, "No! No! No! No!"
Wendy, stop! Jeez, you're freaking me out! Wendy!
And I kind of, I don't know where I am, what's going on, and I just back away and fall onto the bed, and it hurts still. At least it hurts so much, and it's not me, and I just fall back in the bed, sort of like clutching at my face, like
When Simon waked you, only your head was left to skin.
I sort of still for a moment, and I just start feeling my body, feeling the damp, feeling my skin.
I go to find a towel to sort of put over you, and then start to sort of mop up what's on the floor.
Yeah, actually, I guess the floor there are some distance between the boards in the floor, so the pee is probably just going through the floor, disappearing, but...
I pour some water into a mug and I offer it to Wendy, walking over and sitting down next to her on the bed.
The pilot is standing up from the table, holding his hand under his ribs, and tries to walk towards you with a grimace of pain over his face.
But you probably shouldn't get up, sir.
Yeah, but they are after me. We can't really stay here. They could be here any minute.
Where should we go?
Probably safe here. We got guns.
You have guns?
Well, if they've got boats and stuff, then maybe we could take one of their boats and get out of here.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea, Amber. Wendy, are you okay? Try to drink some.
Oh, thank you. You're a good boy. Simon, a good boy. Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry. It must be just hot. And I'm sort of shivering, quaking a little. I kind of hug that blanket around myself. And I just sort of drink the water. And I'm like, I'm fine. It's all fine.
They docked their boat in the cave. In the bottom of the mountain. But they led us up these tunnels. Up into the temple. I guess... I don't know if it's possible to take to go to the boats without going through the temple. There were like cliffs and...
How many are there? How many fishermen are there? How many, like... Do you think we can... We found guns, man. Maybe we can kill them.
You couldn't fight your way into that temple. That would be too many men, I would guess. Only 3 of you and one hurt pilot. That wouldn't do.
But how many were they? And how big was the boat? Was it more than one boat?
Yeah. There was one boat, one big boat, but big enough to have a lifeboat on it, but I couldn't count the men. I was just running, and I can't describe the fear I felt when I fled. I couldn't think it through, really. Afterwards, my memories are really bad, but I remember a lot of people there. There were men in raggy clothes, and some of them, they were human parts on their body. I think I saw a man with an ear around his neck.
Why are people here so fucked up? There's something about this place, you know? I had a dream before when we were just on the boat, and I saw this giant with like a boar face.
Yeah, that's the statue. The statue they were offering people to.
So how could I see that, you know? I mean, I never saw something like that before. Maybe some kind of horror film, but why would I see that now?
What did they say when they were doing what you say they're doing to the statue? What were they saying?
There was one man with his mask or head of a wild boar. He chanted, I think. I don't remember exactly what he said. He talked about awakening this god of his. I think he called it Neopot or something.
Something like that. That's what I think I heard in my dream as well.
Nebot.
They are totally crazy, these men.
I lean up, start sort of, adjusting myself. Okay. Would you darlings update me? Who even is this man? Where did he come from? What's he talking about?
Well, you and me, we were down by the river, and he came at us, attacking us, but he told us now that it was because of these other people, and he thought we were one of those fishermen that had sort of abducted him. Then we got back here, and Simon patched him up, and then you totally spaced out. What happened to you?
The temperature, darling. It's all too much for me. I actually have a problem with that sort of thing. I normally have pills for it. I don't have them on me.
Maybe there's something in the med bag that can help you.
Maybe. I'm sure I'll be fine, Simon. It won't happen again, I'm sure. I just had a hot flush.
I try to read a person.
Yeah.
You should probably get out another pair of clothes.
Yes, honey, that would be good. I laugh a little. It's a bit strained.
I get 9.
Yeah, you need to tell Wendy of your motives.
I look at you, and I look at you very, skeptically, obviously trying to understand what you're actually saying here. I say, I don't know if I can trust you, Wendy. Yeah, I mean, you space out so much. I mean, you were just standing there, you were looking really freakish, and then you wet yourself, and I don't...
Oh, sweetie, no, okay. I look at her carefully. I'm aware that I probably have to give a little more, but I can't give it all, no. You're right. You got me all the, I've never even seen so much violence before, you know? Sweetie, there's a man bleeding here, and all those people, and you know, you're right, Simon, the people on the boat. We should have helped them more. Maybe it all finally got to me. I'm sorry. I'm weak, I guess. Yes.
No. Don't worry about it, Wendy. I put my arm around you, like comforting you a bit. It's a traumatic situation, and you can't really, you never know how people react in a situation like this. I think you've held up good, and you're strong. We are here together, and we can get out of this as well, as long as we can, rely on each other. And I mean, we've made it this far, right?
We have.
I sit down next to her as well, like just breathing fairly shallow, quick breaths.
You think I'm strong, Simon?
Yes, you're actually one of the strongest women I've met. I'm impressed by your sense of clarity and how you manage to keep calm in stressful situations.
Well, that's really sweet of you to say, Simon. Thank you. But maybe in this one moment I let it get to me. I'll try not to again. Thank you both.
Don't worry about it. We're here together, okay? We'll get through this.
My new friends here, Simon and Wendy, and Amber, I guess. You don't have any water or food with you.
Yeah, we got these rations from the lifeboat, and this place kind of have, I don't know, cans and stuff.
Yeah.
Canned food, I think. I look around.
Could you maybe give me something? I'm sorry to say, but I'm really thirsty.
Yeah, I think you probably should drink something, but maybe wait before you eat.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry too. And I start getting things out that we can eat. I don't remember, do we have like canned food and stuff here, or is it just still the food rations from before?
You haven't checked the canned food if it's eatable. Or, the coffee was fine, but the other cans you don't know really.
Well, I go over to them and I try to find a can opener and opening one.
Yeah.
I kind of stand there, I kind of excuse myself for a few moments to change. And I come back, and I feel my skin on my face. Still feels tense. And I look at this man, the new man, and I go, so, okay. What exactly are you proposing then, sir?
Yeah, excuse me, my name is Sebastian Fischer. He holds his hands forward you.
I will take his hand and shake it softly. Wendy, yes. Now, if I get this correct, were you saying you think there is a boat, but the only place this boat would be is at the place these people took you, I pause for a moment as I visually remember everything. Temple.
Some kind of cave into the mountain leading up to that terrible temple of theirs. But I can't really see how we could reach that without risking our lives.
Feels like we might be risking our lives just sitting around here as well, waiting for them.
Yeah, but rescue will come, wouldn't it?
Why would it?
I think.
Yeah, but our plane was shot down from the sky.
Shot down?
They would probably know now that we aren't continuing. We haven't had contact for hours.
I'm sorry, Sebastian, did you say shot down?
Yeah, we saw some kind of object nearing us on the radar, and then this explosion. There was some kind of weapon that was used against us.
How could they... Does that even make sense? Like shooting down a plane?
Well, in these waters there are sometimes pirates, but
You think that's what they were?
no. They weren't out for money. They were out for us. To take us prisoners.
It's so fucked up. How can people be so fucked up? And I look around and I try to continue with the food, and I also look and see if I could find any alcohol.
What about? Remember, I show this man the map. Now, okay, maybe you're saying that this temple complex is here, yes, but we were wondering what these other free little sort of villages or outposts are. You're a man of aerial knowledge, or maps maybe. What do you think they could mean?
Yeah, they look like houses. Maybe.
Or do you think that they're houses of the locals? The other locals? I mean, now we're... Honestly, a moment ago I thought this entire island was just full of these savages, but now you're implying that these people are maybe not on the same side. Maybe?
Well, the savages don't live on the islands where the civilization are. Those islands are usually prohibited to live on or build on. There are some tribes in the Indonesian lands. They are trying to keep them undisturbed.
So, when we were shot down, approximately where were we?
Yeah, I would say is some air miles outside Indonesia. We had been flying for an hour, but not over the known Indonesian Isles. No, I have never heard of this island before.
Well, what do we do? I don't know what you want us to do, really. I mean, either, go to this horrible place and try and steal a boat, or what does everyone else? I look around. I'm generally unsure of what I'm expected to say at this. I don't want to go to this temple, but I don't see what else we can do.
Wendy, you can feel this horrible smell that kind of reeks from the can that Amber had been opening. A can of tomato soup, but it doesn't smell like tomatoes anymore.
I kind of instinctively inhale and go, "Oh, darling, Amber, put that one down." And it's probably gone off.
I take it and I just throw it out the door.
Well, the pilot looks at you. Where does all these things come from? It can't be from the plane, can it?
No, it seems it's part of a research expedition like 50, 60 years ago or something like that.
Yes, these people were investigating the island and its ruins, and they were killed for the, almost sounds like it's the same people. I don't know how that would be possible.
I think we should get to the boat. We should do whatever we can to get to the boat.
Yeah, do you have any means of communication?
Yeah, we have the radio over there. I point towards the radio in further into the cabin. I think if I manage to fix the aerial, we might probably be able to, send a message somewhere, or maybe even contact anyone. At this point, I'm just worried that we might just, contact those guys if they're close by.
But we need to send for help.
Yeah, I've sent text messages as well, because I managed to do that and told them that the plane went down and that we needed help. But
so you have had contact with the authorities?
No, I just managed to... I got a text message from this from this girl I met while backpacking, and yeah, she didn't seem to really understand that I was, telling the truth. But I could switch. Yeah, I haven't even checked my phone for a while, so maybe I'll see if I get a signal or something. But the radio might be working now. But I was kind of I've been a bit busy. I look at my hands, which probably has a lot of his blood on them, and I look at the table where he was, lying, and I haven't had the chance to check the radio. I start wiping my hands on my shirt.
And you seem to have hurt your head.
Yeah. I fell off the roof while fixing the aerial.
Well, maybe for now we should focus on fixing the radio, yes? That's something we should do before we do anything else, so we should focus on that.
And the guns, too.
Well, I don't know how we're going to do that, darling. I don't exactly know guns.
I can see what I can do, but I think actually I need to lie down for a little bit, or just sit for a bit, maybe have some food, make some of that coffee again, and then I'll look at the radio and the weapons.
I start looking through Simon's bags because I remember him having the food, and I try to find the food rations so I can start handing them out.
Yeah. Do you give one to everyone?
Yeah.
I sigh. I go to brew some coffee. As the kettle boils, I see the fires of the temple and the god Bapin Peto. In my mind, I'm trying to get this name.
Yeah, they were chanting it for hours, so you would remember, Wendy.
Yes.
Babignepet.
Babenikpet.
Babignepet.
Yes, now I remember it. Yes, it's in my mind constantly. As I boil that kettle, I'm distant, aloof, keep shaking every now and then, but I wait and dwell with the others for a time. It seems as if we're going to sort of just rest for a while.
Yeah, you have now 7 bottles of water left. And Simon, you have mended the masts, and you have done your best with the radio. The only thing left to do now is to try it and see if you can get a connection to anything.
Yeah, I still feel a bit dizzy from falling off the roof, so I just need a breather before...
Actually, you would need to have someone trying to close that wound in your forehead and stop the bleeding. Maybe try to sew it together.
Yeah.
You could probably not do that yourself. The pilot is looking at you, but he doesn't seem to want to help you with that, so it's Amber or Wendy.
Yeah. Amber? I think I might need a hand here.
And I put down the ration that I've been eating, and I go over.
This really won't stop bleeding, and I don't think I can do it myself.
I try to sort of focus my breathing because it makes me kind of uncomfortable. Makes me... He hit his head, did he?
Yeah, he had a deep wound in his forehead.
Okay, I am trying to not think about something else, someone else that got his head smashed. I touch it, and then I get the blood on my hands, and I'm like, oh shit,
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll see what I can do, okay? Don't worry about it.
No. What do I need to do?
I just need if you could help me wash it off, make sure it's there's no splinters or anything in it, and then we need to patch it up a bit.
Okay, and I get some water and the first aid bag, and I try to start washing it, and then see what I could put on it. You want me to sew this?
Is there any needle and thread?
Yeah, you have everything in the first aid bag.
If you can, or maybe Wendy, maybe you can help.
I look like I wasn't even listening. I just looked to you. What's that, Simon?
We need to close this wound in my forehead. I don't think I can do it myself.
And I stand there with what you call it, like a bandage that I've put some water on, and I'm patting at it to clean it up.
You really want me to help, Simon? I don't know if I'd be much better than Amber is.
Well, I can try.
But don't worry, I could probably put duct tape over it. I don't know.
Don't be stupid. And I start trying. I take the needle and I'm shaking a little bit with my hand. Just lie down.
No, don't worry about it. Amber, tell me, what are you gonna do when you get home? What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Oh. Okay. When I get home, I'm gonna just go to Mom and Dad, and I'm gonna say I'm sorry for going away so far without them, and for I don't know, for Jennifer, and I don't know, it's just been so crazy. I'm not gonna think about that. I don't know. What are you gonna do? And I sort of dab my face to get the tears off, and I actually try to do this now. Okay, I'm gonna try and close the wound.
I know it's kind of stupid, but there's this really, really nice ice cream place not far from where I live. They have a special, kind of like a crazy ice cream mega dish, with like all these tons of flavors and
I put the needle in your forehead.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna grab it, and I'm gonna have so much cream on it and sauce and sprinkles and everything, and I'm just gonna enjoy that so much.
I look at him and sort of amazed at how he can just talk about ice cream so calmly when I put a needle with a thread through his skin and his forehead. But I keep going.
I'm basically just trying to influence her to be calm and not think about what she's doing.
Yeah. Well, of course, this is kind of uncomfortable to do this, but you managed to do it. You closed the wound. Looks kind of not nice, but closed anyway.
And as I cut the thread, I think that's how you do it, and I feel like a bit proud almost.
I am watching them as this is happening. They don't, of course, talk to me. I think the question over, though, in my mind, what would I do if I went home? Go back to the family, look after them, live as I'm supposed to. It doesn't really seem much better than this, funnily enough.
You can see the pilot eating up your rations. He's a tall man, so we'll probably need some food.
And I look at him and I sit down on the other bed, kind of exhausted from having worked like that, and I look at the hunting rifle at the side like, what about you? Do you know anything about this? About guns?
The pilot looks at you. I hope it's okay if I eat another one of these. He opened one more bags of rations.
I just shrug.
I have shot a rifle sometimes in my life. Hunting, you know.
Well, I think they're kind of old and need some kind of fixing.
Yeah, probably. If they have been lying here for many years, then you need to clean them out. He walks towards you and like reach for the rifle.
I help him get it.
Then he kind of bends up the pipe, the barrel, and by bending it, he takes it off from the rifle and looks through the barrel. Yeah, you can see this is partly filled with rust. You need to get this out, or the bullet will probably just misfire, or if you are unlucky, explode.
Okay. Do you know how to do that? And I look around and it's like, I think the supplies for it's supposed to be in that.
Yeah. They probably have some tools with them if they were experienced hunters.
Yeah, that's the one that we found the ammunition in, so maybe something in there.
He goes through the tool box and he finds a tool that seems to be made for just this kind of work, so he starts putting this kind of long tool into the barrel and start moving it back and forth to clean it out. You can start with the other parts, check everything, see so it's not dirt or rust in there.
I guess Wendy has the other gun.
I come over and offer my gun to this man. As I do so, I look to Simon. All right, Simon, if you've rested enough, maybe now it's time to work on that radio.
Yeah. Thanks. This helps a lot. I'll be good to go.
Good.
Are you okay though?
I'm fine. I'll be fine as long as we're working on something. So let's clean these guns. Let's work on that radio. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. That's right. Thanks. I feel better.
I help the pilot as much as I can with the other. When I look at him, seeing how he cleans the rifle, I try to open and take out the bullets from the revolver and see what I can do with that.
Yeah, he tries to help you, give you some advice, showing you that it's not such a complicated weapon when you look at it. So together you two can clean out the two rifles and make them as fit as is possible on the conditions. That means that both the weapons are, after maybe an hour of work, able to shoot again. And you have a dozen cartridges to the revolver and 10 bullets to the rifle. Well, Simon, you're trying out the radio. Just switching it on. You have to start the generator first, fill it up with some gasoline, and then turn it on.
The bad part about this is if this gasoline has been here since the 50s, it will probably just be good for one go, and then it will probably destroy the generator. So keeping fingers crossed, okay?
Of course.
Yeah. Do your best, Simon. I say, and I give a little smile as I sit there and work with a revolver.
Yeah. Well, the generator starts humming, and then Simon switches on the radio. You can all hear the sound from the radio, and almost like a shatter, some of distant voices somewhere. There are a lot of different buttons and things to turn on the radio. So I guess you have to try out yourself, Simon, to try to find a strong signal from somewhere.
I turn to Sebastian. I guess you have more experience with radios than I do.
Yeah, but those kind of radios I use are the modern ones, not old like this one.
What if you can find like the frequency that the pirates use? Maybe you can figure out what they're saying. Unless you, I mean, of course it would be best if you could get some emergency signal through. Just try a bunch of frequencies, but listen to them so it's not like some...
Yeah. We don't start broadcasting our, situation just yet.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Go on then, let's do it. I'm sounding a little impatient. I've sort of been just sitting watching you work on the radio, not really helping, but just sort of like idly tapping at my hands, sometimes scratching at one of my fingers. Just go on then, let's get this started.
You should lie down for a bit, Wendy.
No. Oh, thank you, darling. No. I almost said that very snappish, and I'm like, I'm fine. Lying down would be worse for me. Thank you, sweetie.
So Simon, you start searching. And after a while, you suddenly hear someone. I guess you are like sending out a signal of some sort, or are you just listening and trying to find someone else speaking?
I'm listening. Try to find someone else speaking. I'm just scared that we might pick up the pirates. And I don't want to start broadcasting to them that we are here. So I'm just listening through the frequencies, try to hear if I can find anything that sounds like a commercial ship or plane or anything.
Well, after a while you suddenly hear someone. A voice. Hello, this is Rama. Come. Hello, this is Rama. Come. Is someone there? Come.
I turn to the others in the room with a little microphone thing in my hand and like, should I answer?
I just give you like big eyes and shake my head.
Hello, this is Rama from the Bandung Institute of Technology. Come.
Institute of Technology? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I look to the pilot. Does that mean anything to you?
No, sorry.
Maybe that's where they came from, the scientists. Yeah, that should be fine. Say something.
Hello, Rama. Come over. I don't know. And I...
Hello, this is Rama. Who are I speaking to? Come.
This is Simon. Where are you?
Hello, Simon, my radio friend. Nice to speak with you. Come.
Where are you from? Where are you?
I'm in Indonesia. Come.
Tell him it's an emergency and that our plane crashed and we need rescue.
Listen, Rama. Our plane went down in the middle of nowhere, and we're trapped on this island, and we really, really need, rescue. Could you see if you could contact the authorities and send a rescue mission here?
Yes. I can try to help you. Come.
Could you just contact them? Our flight number. Do you guys know the flight number? What was our flight number?
The German pilot says it's DY 13001.
Yeah, our flight number was DY 13001, and it went down. It was actually shot down. So could you just alert the authority and send rescue now? Because there's some really, really bad shit going down here, okay?
Yes, hello, Rama here. I don't know where you are.
An hour outside Indonesia or something?
Tell him the plane was shot down within 1 hour of Indonesia. They should be able to at least see signs of disturbance or wreckage.
We were shut down about an hour over Indonesia, went down into the water, and it should be all over the news. I mean, we've been gone for 2 days or something, 3 maybe, and it should probably be on the news or something. Over.
Ramair? Yes, but they will ask me where I should send help.
I look at the pilot like, do you know anything? Do you know anything where we are?
No, I don't know anything about this island.
Well, we're not asking you to know about the island, young man.
Well, it does say, doesn't it say in the diary where we are?
What about the plane's, flight path? You're a pilot, you know where the plane's supposed to go. It would have been going in that direction, then stopped. They have black boxes and signal things and all that. They should be able to at least vaguely know the radius of where we are.
I go over to look at the diary and the maps, try to find some kind of coordinates or something.
Yeah, the pilot looks at Wendy. Yes, the black box should give a signal, but there shouldn't be an island out here. We should have been out in the open sea.
Well, that's fine. If they look at least in this area, they hopefully will see an island.
Rama, we don't know where we are. They should be able to check the flight path of the plane and maybe, I don't know, search along that path. I hope. Over.
At the same time, Amber is picking up the diary. And actually, in the first part of the diary, the writer wrote that they traveled to an island called Babingepa. About 3 days of boat ride from the island of Pulau Taliabu. It doesn't say in which direction they were traveling, but...
Here, look at this. And I put it in front of Simon so he can say it in the speaker.
I read it and relay the information to Rama, and then I, of course, end it with over.
Yeah. Rama is laughing.
You are really funny. Funny you.
Oh, this guy is so stupid. We gotta find something else. This is just some sort of stupid hobby radio idiot.
Wait. I speak up loud. What's funny? What's a joke?
What's the joke? Over?
Yeah. As we all know, Babingepa doesn't exist. It's a mythical island. Goose Island. But you are funny, my American friends. You are calling me from USA?
I sort of grab the microphone off Simon and I say, we are not calling you from America, you stupid man. We are on your mythical island. People are dying here. Call the authorities. Tell them about the plane crash, or so help me, I'll come through this radio and end you.
Just switch the channel. This idiot is not gonna help us.
I think he's waiting for you to say over.
Yeah, well, fuck him, just fuck him, and I just
over.
I start moving the things on the radio.
Yeah. You're moving the wheel and you start hearing another voice, an American voice.
This is Tucker on Sudor Habit. Over.
Hello, who's this?
Hello.
It's Tucker. Yeah, I'm one of the fishermen on the Sudor Habit.
What's that, a boat?
Yeah, it's a fishing boat.
Where are you now? Are you sailing around Indonesia by any chance, sir?
You have a pretty strong signal, so I would guess you're pretty close, yeah.
Yes, we are. We are on an island.
Tell him we're somewhere outside the coast, actually, and maybe they'll send boats or do their crazy shit, and we can sneak up into their place and free the... I don't know.
I kind of look a little concerned, and I hand it to Simon, who seems to be giving me a sort of expression, like looking at me, so I'm like, alright, you have it.
Maybe we should
the
tell
fucking
them where we
fishers.
are. It's probably one of them. If the signal is strong.
Try to lure them away then.
Why are you fishing in these parts, young man?
Why we are fishing in these parts? We have always been fishing in the Indian Ocean. But where would we else catch the tuna?
Do you know where this signal's coming from?
Yeah, I can see you. You are somewhere to the south. Are you on the island, maybe?
What island would that be if we were on an island?
That fucking jungle island.
Are you looking at a jungle island right now?
No, but we have been sailing past it before. It's a pretty nasty place, I would say. It's a lot of small fucking natives trying to kill you.
Yes, that's exactly where we are. Could you perhaps, if you were to sail as close as you dare to the island, where would you be able to get to? We have a map. Look at Amber to get the map.
Where are you now? I have no idea where to look after you.
I look at the pilot and I say, you know coordinates. You know how to talk about where you are, right? Tell him where we are, and I give him the map. Say, surely you could work up from this map a rough coordinate or something.
Hello there, my friend. This is Sebastian Fischer, the pilot of the plane that have crashed in the sea. We are in the jungle on this island. Me and 3 other survivors. It seems that some kind of men or pirates are here and they're taking people captive on the island. I don't know anything about any natives. We have found some kind of research station in the jungle, near the mountains. I guess if we look on the map, it seems to be southwest of the mountains. But it's an old map. It seems to be handwritten, so I can't say if it's... Yeah, there's no way to be sure of this map, so... Tucker answers anyway.
We know about this island and we have been there before. I know a safe place you can take yourself to and wait for us. We have an old camp up in the mountains, so just walk up north in the mountains and you will probably find the camp. It's the northern mountain in the middle of them. Just stay there. Maybe we can be there before you. We are near the island, so we will send people looking for you. Just try to signal us, make some big fires on anything, and we will try to find you, okay?
I let out a long sigh as I look over to Simon, and I sort of just quietly go, "You're right, it's them."
Yeah, the pilot are just switching off the radio.
Sebastian, were these guys that caught you, were they Americans?
There were Americans with them, yeah. At least.
Okay.
Not to mention Amber, and I point at the map. Their camp. According to this map, that would be right next to the ruins. I find it very unlikely that they have come to the ruins peacefully and left.
Do they have guns, Sebastian?
They shot me.
They shot you, yeah.
He points at his shoulder. There are no bullets there. There was just like an entry wound and a wound on the other side. Simon has put some bandages over it, but... Well, now they know where we are.
Yeah, on this island at least.
Yeah, if they don't know about this research station.
We should probably get out of here.
We could make some sort of... If you think they'll come, we could, like, get ready for them and make some sort of trap.
Yeah. Yeah, let's make a fire in the stove and make sure they see it. Like, put in, like, a lot of leaves and stuff to create a lot of smoke, and then we just, ambush them when they get here.
Yeah, ambush.
I look a little incredulously at both of them. Like, do you really think that's going to work? surely they'll come with lots of them, and even if we get lucky, there's so much that could go wrong. Do you think that's the only option we have?
They only think we're 4 here. Well, they know we're only 4, so maybe they won't come like 20 people, but...
Yeah. I'm in no shape to fight. I'm sorry, ladies.
Yeah, but I did that. Maybe I can do that to one of them. I don't know. I mean, either that or we just lure them away and we try to get to their place to get the boat.
Yeah, that's... Well, we can... I don't know, set this cabin on fire and pray that they'll come here and we'll sneak past them and get to their boat?
Yeah?
I suppose we could try and do that, but we don't know where the boat will be is the problem. Unless you're saying, and I sort of pause for a moment, that we head to this place.
Well, you know, right, Sebastian? You know where the boat is.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the caves.
You think we can get there without going through the temple?
No, I don't.
Well, then we have to do that. Either way. So, yeah, let's get whatever we want from this place and just set it on fire. Maybe that'll lure some people here and we'll get get out of here.
I sigh a little as I think this over. It's the only option, isn't it? The only thing we can do.
Well, we're not gonna come back here and drink coffee for another day, that's for sure.
That is, of course, we can try to circumvent the mountains and, swim to these caves or whatever.
I wouldn't recommend that. It's very high waves. That's the stormy part of the island, and high cliffs and waves. You could be smashed into the cliffs or just drown. No beaches at all.
So that's not an option then. Anyone else have any idea what to do? I say this is our best bet.
I let out a very long sigh, and then I suddenly seem a lot more resolute. No. We go to the temple. Now. Get what we need. Set the place ablaze, and then we go. It's the only thing we can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we should pack our things then. Or your things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep this rifle, or should someone that are less hurt than me have it? I don't know if I can use it with this shoulder.
I can have it. I can take it.
He hands you the rifle and you can see it's kind of pale of the blood loss from today, and Sebastian slumps down a little on a chair. Oh, the painkillers, they work, but they make me kind of dizzy.
Yeah, it's probably the blood loss as well.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told him everything so fast. Yeah. I really thought this man was someone to trust.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference, to be honest.
They would have found us anyhow, so...
I just want to reach my wife and my 2 kids.
Well, let's get things packed, and I bring out my improvised backpack, and I get stuff in it. I get my machete, the hammock, and I give the revolver. I suppose I give that back to Wendy.
I'll take back the revolver.
Yeah. So you have the revolver, a full drum, and an extra 6 bullets from extra drum. Reload. You can take the coffee pot with you if you want to be able to make coffee outside. If you take the hammocks with you, you can sleep a lot better in the jungle anyway. There are also now 1 extra backpack with the 1 hiking backpack you found. Amber has her suit backpack that's also protecting her a little. And Simon has still his backpack he made from the rescue box.
I'm just getting ready to leave. I'm quiet. But I seem a lot calmer now.
Were there still clothes around here? Extra clothing and stuff?
Yeah, there's some extra clothing in the different boxes beside the beds, so you could find some different sizes also, because you have the bigger Bolton's clothes, you have Anne's clothes, you have Professor Chainsworth and the slimmer assistant Allerton's clothes. So
I'll just grab an extra jacket, and if there's any belt or something like that, I'll bring that as well.
yeah. So there are also more hats, those expedition jungle hats. If you want some protection against the sun.
Yes, I'll take some of those. And I'm just waiting outside, getting my things ready, and then waiting for our little fire we're going to create.
Yeah. I guess there are some gasoline left in the cans near the generator. So you could probably use that. We just put a lot of wood on the stove and just make a big fire of it.
I help out with that, and I've already gotten myself into these sort of expeditionary clothes, and I feel so... they're comfortable, but I feel so stupid in them. It feels like I'm such a fish out of water. And I have the trainers, and I have this improvised backpack, and it all just looks like shit. And I'm like, I feel so... The normal confidence that I feel of having... I don't want to say power over people, but being able to charm myself through. I don't feel the confidence to do that, even though I might be able to do it.
Yeah, I think Amber is more beautiful in her expedition clothes than she really thinks. I guess you're just standing there in the glade, making this big fire of this first mean of comfort in the jungle, and seeing the house burning. It feels a little bit wrong at the same time. It's your plan, but...
Kind of feels like there's no going back, right?
Yeah.
It feels like we found a safe place that was almost made for us, and we were so lucky to have it. And now all we're doing is burning it up.
Yeah.
It feels like a choice has been made. I've made a choice. This is the path that we must now go down, and I'll have to follow it to the end. Part of me wishes we hadn't made it.
You're standing there watching the big fire. Wendy, Sebastian is suddenly just choking on something. When you look at him, you can see that he have some kind of arrow shaft sticking out from his throat. He's kind of trying to breathe, but the arrow probably crushed his throat in some way, because he's just gasping for air.
You have listened to a special episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the adventure The Island of the Dead for KULT Divinity Lost. KULT is published by Helmgast. The music is from the official KULT soundtrack, featuring Atrium Carceri, Mechanoreceptor, Mind Divided, Warfield, Howler, Second Escape, Michael Eidhall, Precision Field, Zvaga, Occult Cow Demise, Pandora's Black Book, and Tantric Ape, and is used with permission from Helmgast. Finally, a big thank you to all of our Patreon backers. Creating all this content would not be possible without your generous support on Patreon. You give us so much energy, help us cover our costs, and open up time to record and edit. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. And remember, death is only the beginning.